What's up, guys? This is episode 24. We are here on a lovely October 6th, 2019. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? We are back, and this is episode 24. We're killing it now. This episode, I'll be drinking, this episode is powered by my Exile Cup brewery in Des Moines, Iowa. But in the cup is actually Ziance, and it's kind of like science with an X in front of it. Ziance, some people call it Ziance, and it's a performance drink. And it's not like a sexual performance drink or anything like that. It's just a athletic performance drink, and I figured I better drink this one because I feel my performance last time, episode 23, Magic Mike, wasn't my best performance, so I need a little juice for this episode. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like I didn't post anything about the episode because I wasn't like proud of it or anything like that. I feel like I lost focus a little bit, and I know I'm just being hard on myself, but I don't know. You just don't want to. I felt like I was on a good roll there, and then just kind of lost my focus. You know, it's already been said. We just didn't keep our focus. I mean, it's already been said. But we are back. We're going to try again, episode 24. We're just cruising along. Never thought I'd get to episode 24. But here we are. We're doing it. And we're going to be making it. So what's been up? Oh, man, this week has been a little crazy. So where I work at, kind of chronicles of that. Where I've been working, we're kind of at a standstill. And this is all public knowledge. Our facility is kind of at a standstill right now. We can't admit new patients due to the state not letting us do that. Because prior to me being hired, every year state survey comes and does their annual checkups, make sure everyone's got their coffee and stuff and all the rules are being followed. And prior to me coming there, not that I make any difference, had a few they call them tags, and so yeah, we're just waiting for state to come back, and so we can't admit any new patients at work. So what we got is what we got. When no people are coming into work, that means there's no one to do therapy on per se. So yeah, I think the hold on people started like maybe a week or a week and a half ago. So we haven't gotten anybody new in, and what was I thinking with this? Yeah, so people are leaving, the caseload's dropping. So I've been having to float a lot in the past week or two. And what I mean by float is I'll go to a different facility here in Portland. So I would work, part of the day, for a few hours at my building, then get in the car and drive to the next building and work. And I don't love it, but I'm surviving. So, because it's always weird when you're going into a new building. I mean, I already have enough stress at my current building. I'm just starting to feel a little bit comfortable, on where to find everything, who to go to talk to, so it's getting a little bit better in that sense. But then when you're having to constantly go to a new building or new buildings within the week and try and navigate that, and, you're pretty much just a mercenary therapist. Get in, get your work done, see your person, and get out. It's a little stressful, but that's how we're getting work right now. So yeah, getting to go to a lot of different places and see other facilities and here in the city. Most of them, yeah, had been in the city, pretty close. One was out pretty rural, which was okay. Man, you just see a lot. The therapy world, there's a lot of um, kind of universal truths, and also there's a lot of like variances in the therapy gyms, and not all places are created equal. That's what I would tell people. Some gyms are nice, some gyms are a plastic box. And what I mean by that is you go to the place and you open up the closet and there's a box that says therapy, and that's what the therapy gym is. It's inside. You have to go inside the box to the gym, and but there's a computer in the box, so that's nice. And there is like 2 dumbbells, like a 2-pounder and like a 4-pounder, and 1 TheraBand, and like a bunch of papers just thrown in there. So that's like another therapy gym that I went to, and then there's some other nicer ones and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely interesting floating to the different facilities. All in all, it's probably good for me. It definitely gets me out of my comfort zone. I gotta learn on the fly and rely on these skills, So not that I have a lot of skills, but kind of gotta rely on yourself and get in there, so to say, and just do the damn thing. So yeah, it was went to a few facilities this past week, and then on Saturday, yesterday, I got to go back and float in Hillsboro, where my first job was. So that was really nice. I didn't get to see everyone there because it was a Saturday, so there was only 2 therapists that were working that I like and were part of the team when I was there. But it was still nice to see some of the CNA staff and the nursing staff, and everyone was like, "Man, we miss you," blah blah blah. And I was like, it felt good. There's some good people there, and there was only, man, it's crazy how fast a place turns over. I mean, granted, I've been gone for close to 6 weeks now, but I mean, the whole building's flipped, and I didn't know any of the patients. I knew one patient there, and got to talk to her, and she remembered me, and it was kind of nice. And yeah, it was just nice to see everyone. It's definitely a different vibe out there in Hillsboro. That's west of Portland, about 45 minutes. Definitely a different vibe there. So much quieter and different patients than what I'm used to now. So it was good to be back on the old stomping ground, and really my birthplace into OT. My first job was there, so yeah, it brought back a lot of good memories, and was glad I was able to see a few of my favorite nursing staff people there, talk to them. So yeah, so I've been floating a lot for work, and still trying to figure it out. Got 1 week left of work per se, and then I get that big boy vacation coming up. So I got this week of work, Tuesday through Saturday, and then I took 2 weeks off, and we're heading back to Iowa. So super crunk about that. 1 week left of work, and then hitting the road and getting to get home and see everyone, and hoping to make a lot of fun memories and things when I'm home. Tie up some loose ends and see everyone, and yeah, I'm excited about that. So just 1 week, but it's going to be a little bit crazy a week because hopefully state comes and we can start getting some people in this week. And if not, hopefully they come when I'm gone and everything's fixed when I get back. That's the plan, at least, is I come back to a somewhat stable environment. So yeah, that work's been going okay. Christy's work's been picking up. She got some more hours, so she's working, and Man, I feel like we're almost skipping fall because it's coming so fast. It's like we were just in summer, and now the place where we're going hiking tomorrow is already getting snow, and it's getting cold around here. People are already in like winter jackets, even though it's like 55 degrees and sunny here. So I feel like we're almost jumping right into winter. And yeah, no, this is still the best month. On the last episode, I talked about how October is the best month. We've been watching a lot of scary movies, trying to get in them scary movies. What did we watch? We watched Sleepy Hollow. I don't know if I talked about that last time, but we only got partway through that. And then Hulu took it off for Huluween, which is dumb. But then we watched Monster Squad. And that's an old school movie, Monster Squad is. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's kind of like, it's got like a Stranger Things vibe, Goonies vibe, Stand By Me vibe, where it's like these kids that are part of this monster squad. It's just like their treehouse group, and they have to fight the forces of evil with monsters. So it's kind of like a good scary movie to watch with kids, because it's not really that scary, but it's still like spooky. So Monster Squad, that was a good movie. I think it came out in like the early 80s, so it's pretty old. But yeah, that's a good movie. We watched that movie. We watched Child's Play, aka Chucky, aka The Doll. The first one, the original one. And we're trying to watch all the originals of like kind of the slasher originals, Friday the 13th. We want to get to that one. We want to get to that's Jason. Nightmare on Elm Street, #1. Halloween, the one original. And then we're going to pop into some Stephen King movies. Misery, Cujo, Christine, Carrie. Sound like that DMX song where he's naming off all the chicks. That's a good song, by the way. And what other scary movies? Dude, the best... My all-time favorite scary movie is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I think that's what it's called. Let me just double check. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And I wish we had AMC, the television program channel, because they do the AMC Horror Fest every October, and that's like so hype for me. So yes, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It came out in 1982. It's a great movie. It's in the Halloween series, the Michael Myers Mask Guy series, but it's also has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It's a terrible movie in all sense. It definitely did not win any awards at all, but the movie is my favorite Halloween movie. Not just Halloween, the series, but in general, Halloween, the time. And it's about Halloween 3, Season of the Witch is about this like town that's like kind of run by this like weird like Russian government, and like they make all these masks in this factory. And then, like, there's robots and stuff like that. And, like, if the kids wear the mask, it, like, turns them into monsters. So it's really good. So, if you like cheesy fun, the sound effects in it are great. Man, now I really want to watch this movie. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. It's really good. It's got some good actors in it, I think. Ralph Straight was in it. But he dies. So that's probably my favorite. It's kind of Halloweenish movie. What other ones are we trying to watch? I don't know, but there's a lot. So when we're back in Iowa, my mom's got cable TV, so I'm gonna get on that AMC Horror Fest and watch a bunch of those every night. So excited about that. Halloween is coming up. We still need to hit up the pumpkin patches. Haven't done that yet. Probably do that in Iowa. This last week here is kind of filling up a little fast, but Sorry if you can hear that. There's like a motorcycle gang outside. Yeah, so gotta go to a pumpkin patch and do all that fun stuff. And yeah, that's kind of Halloween. So today I got a haircut, and where do I want to start with this? First off, I like a good haircut. Like, there's nothing better like than someone touching the head of my head, touching my head, and touching my hair. Like, I know girls say it all the time, just play with my hair, but I like my hair played with too. So like, I remember back in like when I was 19, there was this place called Sports Clips where it was like geared towards like guys, because they had like TVs that you could watch sports. Like, no one's gonna go there when there's good sports on, obviously. So like, why? I mean, you could have just called it haircut with a TV, but like, they geared it towards guys. And you'd go there and there'd be a TV with like, it would be like a Tuesday afternoon, and it would be like tennis or something like that, or like low level darts or something like that at this Sports Clips place. Like, no one's gonna go on a Sunday at like 1 p.m. like playoffs, NFL playoffs, or like Thursday night during Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and be like, dude, I'm going to Sports Clips to watch the game, like get my hair cut too. Like, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. So place isn't open still, if you're wondering how the model of the business worked out. But yeah, pretty much a place with a TV where you could get your hair cut. And what I liked about Sports Clips was that they said, do you want to shampoo after your haircut? Or like, you want us to like, shampoo it? It's free. And I was like, okay. Like, the first couple times I was like, no, I'm good. That's kind of weird. Like, I'm good. Like, I can shampoo my own hair. But obviously I can shampoo my own hair. But if you've never had someone else shampoo your hair, man, it feels so good. Because they'll tilt you back. They'll tilt you back in the chair. And like, your neck's on like the little roll thing, and your head's just over the like black sink, and they get your hair all wet, and then they like put like a good gallop of shampoo on your hair and just start like massaging your head. And I would just like close my eyes, and oh, man, that felt so good. I haven't gotten one hair massage since then, but dude, I remember the first time, my God, I loved it so much, dude. So anytime you can get your hair shampooed, I understand it now, or back then, because no one's ever offered me that since. But get your hair shampooed by another person, it feels great. So get a little head massage, like you feel like a puppy kind of when they're doing it, because they're just like, it's good. So anyways, Sports Clips. Yeah, I love getting my hair cut, as long as it's not awkward, which sometimes it can be. And then some point I found I like learned about a barber shop and having like a relationship with your barber. And shout out to Butler and Sons Barbershop in Waterloo, Iowa. Matty Butler cuts my hair. He's known him from jiu-jitsu and the gym back home and stuff like that. So once I found a barber per se, then everything kind of changed. And I don't care if it's a guy or a girl touching my hair. If you want to, when they're like cutting the hair and they like comb up and then like they do like the 3 fingers and then cut, dude, whatever that's called, I love when they do that. So yeah, dude, go. Like, sometimes I just I tell them I don't want it that short, or like, yeah, just take a little off. And then once they're almost done, they'll be like, does that look okay? I'll be like, oh, can you actually take a little bit more off? Because then they have to go back through and like do like the 3 fingers and like cut the top. And that feels really good. So just my way of getting a little extra, hair touch, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I love getting my hair cut. But damn, dude, it's so expensive here in Portland to get your hair cut. Like back in Iowa, you could get a haircut, a beard trim, a good conversation, you know, even like a Tootsie Pop at the end for like $22, whatever it may be. Here in Portland, if you're trying to go to a barbershop, like the kind of traditional, like dap up kind of barbershop style where like everyone's cool and they're playing like cool music, dude, you're looking at minimum $35 for the haircut alone. That doesn't include the beard trim. It doesn't include mustache trim, or yeah, it's just the haircut and doesn't include the tip. So you're looking at minimum $40 a haircut, and that's a little too much. And I've got really fast growing hair, and so I need haircuts often. And the last time I got my haircut prior to today was before our engagement pictures, and I actually spent the $40 on the haircut because I wanted it to be nice. But today I got a haircut and I was like, man, I just want to get something just to get it tightened up a little bit because it was long, and I was like, I just felt ugly with it. So I was like, I need to do like a little like something just to tie me over, because the plan is when I go back to Iowa is to go back to Butler and Sons, get all lined up, you know, not spend $40 on a haircut, get lined up with the beard and the hair, look really good before I come back here. That way I'm set for a while. So I was like, I'm just going to take a little off the top tonight, like today, because I got like a week before we leave, and then, you know, I'll be there 2 weeks. So like 3 weeks I can get my haircut again and be good. And so I was like, yeah, let's just take a little off, you know, nothing crazy. And so I went to, and I was like, I don't want to spend $40 either, because like I just want to take a little off the top, you know, not trying to spend $40 and like get straight lined up. So I went to Great Clips, which is, it's kind of like the Walmart of haircuts in a way, because it's just, it's where you go to get a haircut when you don't really care about your hair. And that might be kind of mean, but yeah, I mean, we all know you don't. If you're going to get a haircut, don't go to Great Clips. And it's nothing against the people there, because the people there are nice, and there's probably the same people that cut hair at barbershops and stuff like that. But there's not that like barbershop feel. There's not, you know, it just feels like a Walmart of haircuts. So your boy went to Great Clips today because I was like, I can get a haircut for $17. You know, it's like with a tip, like $20, $22. You know, I think I spent $21 actually with the tip. And so I was like, yeah, $21. And, you know, just going to take a little off the top. So I'll just go to Great Clips, you know, let them, you know, do their thing. And then when I'm back in Iowa, I'll get my haircut. And then, so I went to Great Clips, and she did a good job of, you know, felt good on my hair to get it cut. You know, I like when they do the things. And, you know, no shampoo afterwards. So that was kind of a bummer. But I didn't notice, and maybe you can see, see my ear there? That's like a straight 90-degree angle. I mean, it looks pretty dope, right? 90 degrees, boom, like where my ear and my sideburns kind of connect. And then this side over here is kind of rounded. So yeah, it kind of messed up a little bit over here. So I got one right angle on the left side, and I got a half moon on the right side. So they kind of fucked up a little bit, but yeah, I probably won't be going back there unless I'm getting just a straight, you know, get it off. Because now all I can think about is just the little part where and Christy pointed it out to me, I wish she never would have, but just the little, you know, it's just that little right there. I don't kind of ruined it for me today. So yeah, they messed up, but that's what you get for $21 in the city for a haircut. So not that mad, it'll grow back. My hair grows back fast. I'm gonna get a haircut in a couple weeks or whatever. Um, I can handle it, I suppose. I could, always complain, but kind of notice don't take yourself too seriously. I'm not that big of a deal. I can handle just a little bit of hair missing there, so we'll get it figured out. But yeah, man, I want a good shampoo sometime, man. Give me a good shampoo. Give me a good shampoo. So last week, and this is kind of old news, but I wanted to talk about there's been things going on in Iowa that are national news and also local news. And one of the national news things was the Carson King thing, the Busch Light guy, and the tweets and everything like that. So I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. But something more publicly thing is I saw something on the internets about my alma mater, Pete Junior High in Cedar Falls, Iowa. And they must have been having, I didn't read too much into it, so I don't fact check on this stuff. As Michael Rappaport would say, no fact checking. But there was some kind of like LGBTQ, like not rally, but like support for students at the school or something like that, where when the kids were coming into school, there was, the group or whatever of kids and teachers and, like handing out rainbows or something like that, or handing out like, support, people, shout out to these people. And then apparently one kid was so offended or so scared, I think was a term, that he called his parents, and then his parents like came up to the school while the teachers and stuff were outside, and was like had their phone out doing the whole like, I'm a journalist, like I'm an investigative journalist, but like I'm gonna have my phone out and record everything and make everything super uncomfortable and make a big deal out of it. And there was like two adults that were like administrators or teachers, and actually the one guy, we bought his parents' house when we bought a house last, and that his parents had their house, our house, before we did. We bought it from them. Anyways, yeah, so they made a big deal about how their child was scared or something like that. And on the video, they like went into the administrators and wanted to speak to the principal or something like that. And I actually know the principal pretty well. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Mr. Bill Bavers, but I think he's the principal at Pete. But yeah, Bill Bavers was a teacher when I was there. He was a math teacher. I never had him as a math teacher because he was too high level for me. So I was always in like the downgraded math class. But then when I graduated high school, I went straight into coaching football my freshman year of college. I started coaching football at Pete Junior High alongside him. So he was the head coach and I was the assistant coach. So I knew him for a few good years. We coached together, and he's just the nicest guy in the world. Cares about the kids, cares about the community, everything like that. And these freaking parents that were offended by that stuff, whatever that stuff was, the rally or the rainbows, or forcing, religious views or whatever it was, they had to make a big deal and like sit in his office and record them and put them on Facebook. And that's just like it made me really mad. Cause obviously it's a whole can of worms and I don't know the whole story. And I don't think I mean, I'm going to side with the person that I know, Mr. Bill Bavers, and it's not like it's his thing or anything like that, but it's the school that was doing it. And, if you don't like it, leave it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, people aren't pushing anything on you. I don't even, like I said, I'm not there. So it just made me upset and kind of embarrassed of, like what now kids can't even, go to school. And, if their kid's offended and if they're offended, by that, then, that's probably their fault. And, yeah, if your kid's offended by that, that's your fault because, you taught them to be offended by whatever they were doing, and it just comes down to the whole thing. Like everyone takes themselves so damn seriously all the time. Like, I got a freaking bad haircut today. I'm not going to go complain to the manager. I'm not going to walk in with Facebook Live on my phone and talk to the manager, like, why are you people are just trying to make, everyone's got a phone and a camera, including me. I've got a podcast, and man, I think everyone's just trying to take themselves way too seriously right now. And it's weird to think about, like, there's those memes of that, what's her name? Like, can I speak to your manager, haircut girl? Like, those memes are funny. But now I feel like that's the whole world is, can I speak to your manager, like, haircut girl? But it's even guys now too. Like think of those people that came to the school. It was a school day. Their son or daughter texted them, I think it was their son, texted them that he was scared or threatened or uncomfortable with the school pushing something on him about, equality and treating people fairly and accepting others. And he was offended. So both the parents took the whole day off work and just came and Facebook Lived it and did a video. Man, it's just crazy, man. Like, do something better with your time. You're pointing your guns at the wrong people, man. The administrators and the people there, I don't think we should, question anybody in a position at a school that, from my experiences, has good integrity and is a great guy, and I know is leading a tight ship over there and wants what's best for his community, and I'm sure every teacher there does too. So, I mean, I think people are just pointing their guns and at the wrong person and pointing them in the wrong direction. Like, is that really the biggest problem in today's world? Is, handing out rainbows to kids and, that maybe they were pushing something, but maybe, you need to push something to educate people, everyone goes, well, if it was religion in the school, blah, 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 blah. I think you should push stuff on people, because, that kid was scared because his parents obviously are scared of it, or because his parents are so religious that they're scared of it. So it was never pushed on him, What's going to happen when he gets in the real world and, he comes to Portland and he goes on a trip to Portland and the Proud Boys are in town, or, whoever else is in town, and, he's not around that stuff. And, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next year or two with everything, because it's just getting a little crazy out there, obviously, and it hit home when it was at my old school, and I saw, people being attacked that I know, are great people and have great integrity, and, they mean well. So, I think those parents should probably educate themselves and, educate their children. Don't let them be afraid of, something that's, and that's the thing, scared of something that you don't know about. Educate them, that's your job as a parent. You messed up with that. If your child's scared of rainbows and, LGBTQs, if they're scared of that, that's your fault as a parent. That's where you messed up because you didn't educate them. So that's your fault. And that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents on that. So educate your kids. I must be straight up with my kids. I think that's the best thing to do. It's hard because I'm not a parent, but I feel like there's a part of being a parent that you want to preserve that innocence, and they're fragile. But man, the worst thing you can do is not let them experience what the world's going to be like, because you see it all the time. These kids get out in college, all their life they've been sheltered, and then they start wilding out when they're in college, or they can't handle it. They get depressed, they get anxious. Put your kids through fire a little bit. The world's not an easy place out there, and I think you're doing a disservice if your kid's scared of getting rainbow stickers at school, and you didn't do a good job of preparing them for that emotional stress. So, like I said, I don't know nothing about the situation. I just saw it, and it made me mad. It made me really mad. I wish I could talk to that person in real life, because they're just kind of scared themselves, I think, too. If you don't like it, leave it. That's what they told us when the president was elected. If you don't like it, leave it. So who knows? Maybe that's a taste of your own medicine. But not trying to get political or anything, but it just made me mad. Glad I could talk about that, though. Yeah, don't take... man, I think we do it all the time, is taking ourselves too serious. We take our jobs too serious. I think we take everything a little too serious in life. We're all going to die. Maybe that's just me being immature, but also maybe that's me just trying to look at the bright side of things. But, man, point your guns at something else that's a little bit more of a problem. What else? So hopefully we'll keep you updated on that, see what's going on with that. But shout out to Peet Junior High. It's a great school. I would be honored if I have kids and they attended at school, and some of the people that I grew up with were still there, because I know it's a great school. But yeah, can you believe that I used to coach football too? And I was going to play football at Ellsworth Community College out of high school. So I started bulking up senior year. I was going to play football at Ellsworth, signed the letter of intent. They were going to give me $500 a semester, I think, to play community college football. And Ellsworth at the time was pretty good. Who'd they have? I think the quarterback there, Terrell Rainey. Oh, dude. Ended up playing at UNI. So he was probably going to be a freshman when I was a freshman there. And Terrell Rainey was, dude, that was a good guy. Because I remember partying at homecoming and stuff like that. And, dude, I would always just go, it's getting pretty rainy in here. Terrell Rainey. And, dude, I just remember that guy. He was a good quarterback. He was pretty much the Michael Vick of UNI. And, man, Terrell Rainey, I wonder what he's doing now. Dude, he was fast. He was, juking dudes out and making throws. But he played at Ellsworth for 2 years, and then he transferred to UNI. So I was originally going to play football at Ellsworth with a couple of my classmates. But then when the time came, I just kind of dipped out. I was like, I'm going to head out now. And I didn't actually end up going to play football there. I stayed at home. And I was like, man, I just want to coach football. So I was like, yo, Peet Junior High, what do I got to do to start coaching some football? I know I was in the principal's office like 5 years ago or like 4 years ago, getting in trouble all the time. But, I'm a changed man. I want to help out. I don't care if I get paid. I don't have any license or anything like that. So I started coaching football my freshman year of college. I coached for 5 years at Pete. 2 years with Bill Bavers. 1 year with this one guy. I can't remember his name. And then my last 2 years was ninth grade football with Mr. Clark, who was a legend. What was his first name? I don't know, but he was a nice guy, and man, those were fun times. I want to go back and coach football again. I love that age, the junior high age, 7th, 8th, ninth grade, because again, it's not too serious. Kind of going full circle, you can't take life too seriously, and those grades, you have fun. They're squirrely kids, it's not serious like high school football where it's like no one's job is on the line. Like it's not the NFL for Christ's sake, but I feel like there's some pressure in high school for coaches probably. It's a lot more stressful and stuff like that. But in junior high, got the A team, the B team, the zoo crew, and all the kids are just out there having fun, and all the kids are trying to figure out who they want to be in life, and just some squirrely kids out there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun coaching all those years. The last 2 years I got paid, and I remember getting paid like $1,600 for the whole year, which was like 9 weeks or something like that. And I was like, dude, like $1,600. And it's like it came out in like 3 installments of like $600 or something like that after taxes. And I was like, dude, like I was rolling dough, dude. So yeah, that's funny to think of back then. It'd be fun to do more coaching, and I like that stuff. So, now I know Mr. Babers is over at Pete Junior High. Hopefully I could, maybe someday get back into it or something if he's still there. So, yeah, man, it was a great time coaching football and stuff like that. It was just so funny being in the locker room, like the stuff you would hear from an 8th grader. I wasn't an adult yet. I wouldn't say I was probably like 19, 18, 19, 20, 21, something like that. And like some of the stuff you'd hear in the locker room with an 8th grader or 9th grader would just like, it'd be so funny. Yeah, not sensitive for work stuff, talking about girls and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, dude, I'm pretty sure I was like that, but damn. So like, it was pretty funny. Yeah, a lot of fun memories, and some of the kids, were just unforgettable. And like this one kid, I don't want to say his name, but I know his name for sure. He would always go, and like no one cared about me really, because like I said, not taking my life serious. But he'd always go, he'd snap his fingers and then do like one of these, like that, and he'd go, "You're gay." That was before the whole revolution with all that. But yeah, imagine having an 8th grader just like snapping his fingers at you. And this kid was definitely not fit for football, both physically and intellectually. But yeah, he was kind of like the not the laughing stock of the team, but like he was that kid that was like, when he went in, all the other kids were like, oh, like say his name was Tommy, be like, oh, Tommy, and like everyone would watch him because like he was just like shivering and like didn't know what he was doing at all because he never paid attention in practice, and he was like 80 pounds, and like it was funny, man. Those were some fun times. And yeah, hopefully get back to that sometime. That was a good time. What else? Man, I've been talking a lot about those old days at Pete. Yeah, Pete Junior High, man. They used to do the damn thing. Dude, I remember when I was in 7th grade, because at Pete Junior High is 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. I remember the first week of school, like all the elementary schools would come together for like, so you'd have like 3 schools, all the 6th graders would meet in 7th grade and become one class. So you had like, you knew like a third of the kids there. And I remember the first week of 7th grade, like, this one dude who was popular in our school met this one chick. I don't know where she went to school, but they like started dating, and like I was like, damn, dude, like it's the first week of school and they're already dating, and like people were like, yeah, dude, they're already like hooking up, and I was like in 7th grade, and it was just like, I was like, damn, dude. And Man, I wish I could say their names, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, I just remember that it was like, dude, junior high was probably the best time. There's just so much fun memories and stuff from junior high. And dude, junior high was too the first time in PE where you actually had to have a PE shirt and shorts. You had to buy like a school shirt, and it was like a double shirt. It was a two-sided shirt. One side was red, one side was white, and it said Pete Tigers on it. So it was like reversible. So like if you're playing, dodgeball, you could have a red team versus white team. And dude, Pete Junior High, the first time you were in junior high, you had to get in the locker room and change and stuff in front of kids and like hit the showers. And I remember like there was like PE. It was like every other day, but there was a pool there, and this was like the first time that like you did like a swim, like a unit, I guess they call it. Like they'd have like a basketball unit, wrestling unit, swimming unit, like those kind of things, like where they focused on like the sport or whatever. And I remember thinking like, damn, dude, like swimming is gonna be crazy because I'm just like this chubby little kid. And like they're like, dude, you have to wear like the school approved swimsuits too. Like you can't bring your own swimsuit. And like everyone was like freaking out because we were all like, this was like back when like long shorts were cool, and all they had was like these tiny, like pretty much what you see like marathon runners wear for shorts. And like even the extra larges would maybe go down to like mid thigh. So like everyone, like when the PE teacher brought the box of shorts out or swim trunks out during like swim unit, like all the guys would like try and grab like the 3X larges. And like even like the skinny dudes would be like, dude, I need them. Like they're only going down to like my knees. And like, so like he had these super short shorts. And I always remember that was a big deal because like it was like super awkward because I was just like this chunky kid in short shorts and like probably had like this huge muffin top and these like fat ass. And yeah, but I was a pretty good swimmer though, and I could do like flips and shit off the diving board. So that kept me afloat, so to say. Yeah, but then like the showers as a kid, like the first time you had to take a shower in PE, and it was like the first time you were naked in front of people. And like some kids were super comfortable. Like my best friend was like really comfortable with being naked. And so you'd have like some kids like just like walking around the locker room butt ass naked. And then you'd have other kids like fully toweled up, like in the shower, like running a towel and like blinders on and stuff. It was just an awkward time as a kid, but it was also way fun looking back at it on how funny it was and how yeah, it's just, man, PE class is fun. What else? Yeah, junior high, if I could go back, man, probably ninth grade. Ninth grade was a fun year. Eighth grade was a fun year. It was all fun, man, thinking about all those memories and school dances and stuff like that. I wore shorts to the ninth grade formal. What else? Yeah, it was just so awkward back then, but also awesome at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of some more stories in junior high because that was a good time. But yeah, I didn't even expect to start talking about that. So other than that, I'm gonna try to squeeze one more out, pump one more episode out before we leave. We leave next Sunday, so a week from now. I'm going to try to squeeze one more episode out before we leave. Then I'll be gone for 2 weeks and see what we can do with that. So with that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. This episode went a little bit better than last week, but you got to kill some dragons to get to the princess, as they say. So we'll consider this a princess episode. And we did it. We're back and back on track. And thanks for listening, guys. As always, check us out on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Subscribe, like, comment, rate, please. I need to get better at social media. It's just a beast, I mean, not really. I just have to click it. But other than that, guys, I'll see you when I see you next, all right? Peace.